I'm Will, I'm the Bald Book Geek, and this is the first wrap-up of 2019. Was it me or did 2018 go just really fast? Because I'm like, oof. If you're asking about this, it was in a previous video. So please go to my channel update 2019 video, and I will explain everything there. You'll be quite surprised. Bald Book Geek. So here is a wrap-up for you guys. It's not a big wrap-up, but it's definitely a wrap-up. So let's talk, shall we? So the first book I read was Children of Blood and Bone. Now, I thought there was some drama around the writer, and I do separate the writer from the artist from the art, and as much as I thought, I know it's a YA, and I did have to admit, when the description of the book came through, a lot of people were like, oh, it's really good, it's based on African myth, and I thought, oh, it'll be like a YA version of the Kishi, and the Kishi is this fantastic fantasy novel. This is neither. This is African myth made with Lego brick very typical YA Lego brick characters that have nothing more than their own motivations, and some of them read really quite selfishly. It has an extremely, if almost not the same plot as Avatar: The Last Airbender. And that's what I kept thinking through the whole way of reading this. Where's Aang and crew? It left me cold. It's not bad, by any means. It's not a bad book. It was enjoyable, but it's average. It's nothing new, and the downside is when you've read something with a similar theme as the Kishi, which is so good, to this is just a disappointment for me. So, back to the library we shall go. I read The Blood Communion, A Tale of Prince Lestat. I love Anne Rice, and I think she is a phenomenal writer, and this did not disappoint. It's quite short, where the other books previous to this were quite long. She wrote Interview and Queen of the Damned and all of this. This is good. This is more of a more focused, more introspective than the previous books, especially Prince Lestat and the Realm of Atlantis. This is more introspective. It's more focused on Lestat. It's more focused on the characters, and it's beautifully written. And if you're an Anne Rice fan and you've not read this, please read this. I read The Girls. Someone recommended this to me, and it's set in 1969, California, teen runaways, stuff like that. It didn't tick those boxes. It was enjoyable, I enjoyed it, but I didn't quite live up to what everyone told me it would be like, and maybe just a little overhyped by people around me, not by the press. Enjoyable, dark, moody, atmospheric. I love the setting, I love the characters, but it just didn't tick a certain box. Jack Kerouac. The Town and the City. I love Jack Kerouac. He is one of my favourite writers, and this didn't disappoint. This is the only book of his I've never read until now, to be blunt about it. I think I did a part of it for like literature in school, but that was it. This, I think, was his, guys can correct me if I'm wrong on this, by the way, his debut, and it's brilliant. It's typical Jack Kerouac. It's that voice, it's that passion, it's that darkness. It's almost that cynicism that Jack Kerouac has. So, do check. If you want to read Jack Kerouac, check out this. Jennifer Saunders. Bonkers. Jennifer Saunders is a British actress. This is her biography. She is well known for a lot of things, but I think maybe to worldwide audiences, the voice of the fairy in Shrek, and AbFab. So if you know Absolutely Fabulous, this is Jennifer Saunders. She is a great comedian, and reading this book is touching. I like a good biography, and I have to admit, I do love it when you get pictures of certain people like Dawn French before they were famous, and you know, it's just phenomenal phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. It talks about battle with cancer. It's very honest. It's very upfront. And she's a fantastic actress, and I've had the pleasure of meeting her a very long time ago. So Jennifer Saunders Bonkers is a really high rating. Finally, now this is a older end of children's books to very early teens, but this was sent to me by a viewer, and I thanked you publicly, and thank you again for this. The Girl of Ink and Stars. It's children's fantasy. It's lovingly written. It's also a very pretty book. I just want to add that to the mix. It's a very gorgeous book all the way through, with these little star charts and things dotted throughout. It's a little fantasy. It's almost, it's quite dark. It's a very dark children's book, and very, very enjoyable, and very high rating. And you know, you can enjoy children's literature as an adult, I think, if it's the right children's literature. And I kind of think the cover of this book doesn't do it justice, which I know sounds weird, but it doesn't fit the theme of the book to me. But it's a fantastic read. Really, really fantastic. So, as always, if you're new to this channel, hello, and please hit the like and subscribe. And because YouTube is YouTube, there is a bell somewhere down here that if you hit that, you will get alerts from me. Please comment as well, because what have you guys been reading as always? Have you read any of those books? And I'll talk to you later. Bye.